Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Cole, and we're back again with another prediction, CDL prediction. We're going into week 2 of the Major 1 online qualifiers. And as you can see, I didn't do too bad last week. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 3. So I'll add that. I'm sorry it's not added. It usually, you know me. I usually have the record added. I'm so sorry it's not added. I will get it added next time. But I am 8-3. Just keep that mental note. 8-3 record wise in terms of predictions. But we are gonna get into the next week's matches. Now, starting off with match number 1, it is Vegas Legion versus the Miami Heretics. Now, Miami Heretics came out swinging last week. They looked absolutely phenomenal. I mean, to be honest, like I didn't think this match was going to be like this much. Like I think honestly the maps are like super close, and Carolina definitely like they didn't come out the greatest that series. Obviously, I wasn't going to say that they should have won that series because they definitely shouldn't have. Miami played very well, but I wouldn't say it's like very shocking for Miami to be that good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was the same way in BO4. They were super good. They were super good then. Um, their teamwork is insane. They're gonna be that dark horse team that probably gives a lot of teams problems all year. And they're playing the Vegas Legion now. Vegas started out 1-1. Um, they lost to Carolina in a reverse sweep fashion last week. That that game 5 was a choke and a half. It was bad, but I think this is gonna be a 3-1 Miami. I think Miami honestly looked like they were more impressive last week, in my opinion, than the Vegas Legion. So that is going to be my prediction for that matchup. Honestly think Vegas, if they take a map, it's going to be the search, but I think Miami's going to absolutely blow away the response. And yeah. Next matchup is LA Thieves versus Boston Breach. And I'm pretty sure these teams were like LA Thieves and Boston Breach were like, oh, very, very like highly looked at before last week. And I'm pretty sure both teams started off 0-2. Yes, both teams started off 0-2. I think it was very underwhelming out of both of these guys. I think honestly, this is a must-win matchup for both of these teams. They are both 0-2. They cannot afford to get another loss, so they're looking at potential losers bracket for the major. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say I think it's gonna be a close game. I'm gonna think Boston clutches up and gets the dub game 5. But like I said, both teams are gonna be absolutely grinding this game out because they both need the win significantly. Next matchup is Seattle Surge versus Optic Texas. Now, Seattle looked freaking phenomenal last week. They are insane. Ender looks like prime form. Ender, he is looking absolutely amazing. Honestly, I honestly thought Surge was going to be like a really good dark horse team at the beginning of the year. I think they were very undervalued by everybody when going into the year. I think I said that last week as well. People didn't really have these guys highly. But I think they've proven everybody wrong. They start off 2-0. I think this match is going to be an absolute banger. I feel like before the season started, people would look at this matchup a lot differently than they do now, for sure. I think Optic looked better much better the second match prior to their first match. Yeah, I mean, I think Optic could have very easily started off 2-0 as well. They started off slow in the New York series, we're starting on the path to reverse sweep, and then lost a round 11 search in their first match, and then they won the next match 3-1. So I think Optic is going to figure it out. They're going to be a contender this year. I'm going to go game 5 Optic in this matchup. I think it's going to be a banger series, and honestly, I could see this going the other way as well. So this is gonna be one of those flip a coin matches, not just because like it's random, but because like both teams could definitely show out in this series. Next matchup, Minnesota Rocker versus Miami Heretics. Now I think Minnesota only okay, they did play twice. They're starting off 0-2, and I honestly think they were going to be 0-3. I think Miami's gonna 3-0 these guys. I just need to see more out of Minnesota, man. I mean, I thought it was very, very underwhelming of them. They had good moments, but I don't think it was like anything too impressive. Sorry, I'm gonna do something quick. Okay. I don't think anything was too impressive out of the Minnesota Rocker. And I already gave my thoughts on Miami. They came out swinging, man. They're looking pretty good. I think Miami's the better team. Next matchup is New York versus Vegas. Now I feel like this is gonna be more interesting than people think. I think people are gonna be riding off Legion here, but I don't think they should. I think I think Vegas. I think this is gonna be my upset series. I'm gonna go Vegas 3-2, and I think it's only because like New York, like yes they beat Optic, but it looked like an Optic that like wasn't. It was their first match as a team, so and obviously New York only made a one-person change. Optic made a two-person change. Optic's gonna have a little bit more to figure out than New York in terms of team chemistry side. Um, but I think Vegas needs to still a respawn, and I think their search looked really, really, really good. Aside from the obviously getting reverse swept, choke slammed by Ravens, but regardless, I think this is gonna be my upset series. Definitely, I mean, call me crazy for this one, but yeah, I'm definitely rooting for the Vegas Legion here. Um, Atlanta FaZe versus Seattle Surge. Now, Seattle has a very, very tough week here. And historically, these two organizations always play each other super close. And I think this is going to be another upset, classified upset. I'm going to go Seattle 3-2. But if FaZe win, I think it's going to be like crazy 3-0 fasteners. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I think if FaZe wins, it's going to be a dominant one. If Surge win, it's got to go game 5. But I'm going to have two upsets on Saturday. Next matchup, Carolina versus Toronto. Now, Toronto, I think we only saw them once. They're 1-0. Carolina, obviously 1-1. Losing to Miami, beating Vegas. I am going to go Toronto Ultra 3. I think I'm gonna go 3-0. Toronto, it's Toronto. I don't really have like other much things to say. Kleenex, the whole team looks absolutely disgusting. Shocker. You know what I'm saying? Next matchup is Carolina versus Optic Texas. Carolina, that is a brutal set of two matches for you guys this week. I am so sorry, but I don't see you guys beating either of these two teams. And I think it's self-explanatory. Next matchup, Battle of LA. LAG versus LAT. Now, I'm pretty sure historically, LAG has the head-to-head edge over this organization by a significant margin. It's going to be a very interesting series. I think LAG was like a super weird team last week. Like they definitely should have beat New York like they should have been up 4-0 in the series, if you know what I mean. Like the first 4 maps should have been LAG written all over it, but they just had like a few tiny small mistakes that cost them the series, and that's obviously gonna a team like New York, if you make a small mistake, is going to punish you for making that mistake and capitalize. So yeah, I mean LAG, I can't remember if they played twice this week. Yeah, they did. Their first series was Toronto. It'd be what it be. But yeah, I think they kind of shocked everyone with how they played against New York. And I think man, this is honestly, this is a lot tougher series for me to call. I'm gonna go Thieves though. I think they're gonna rebounce back from their losses. I know they're gonna start off 0-3, but yeah, I'm gonna say Thieves 3-1 over LAG. And last but not least, Toronto Ultra versus Boston Breach. Now I feel like I said, it's Toronto Ultra and then Boston Breach looked very underwhelming. I know I have them must win series here. Obviously, from here going forward, all their series are probably must win. Speaking that they started off 0-2. They're gonna want to win this series. I feel like they're gonna come out with a fire, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. I'm gonna go Toronto Ultra 3-1. And then that's gonna be it for this week's Pick'em video. I appreciate you guys watching last week. I appreciate you guys watching this week. You know, we're back on the grind whenever the CDL starts. Yeah. Uh Let me know your guys' thoughts and predictions in the comments below. As always, I will have links to all my socials and the CDL Pick'em websites for you guys to participate if you guys would like. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.